This is what every all-wheel drive, affordable bike should look like. That shot was worth it. So many rocks in my shoes. This is the Hanevear H100, and it only costs $1,300. To show you how awesome that bike is, I'm gonna compare it to another awesome bike, the Lectric XP 3.0, which is one of the best-selling bikes in the US, and it's only $100 less than a Hanevear if you buy the bigger battery size. One of the biggest things I like most about this bike is the amount of power you have. You got two 750-watt motors. That tops the bike out at 28 miles an hour. Now that's not really impressive when you consider Lectric also tops out at 28 miles per hour and it only has a 500-watt motor. But what is impressive is the torque. You have 165 Newton meters with the Hanevear and only 55 with Lectric. The takeoff power is night and day difference. All right, guys, before I move on, I want to backtrack for just a second because I got to say the Lectric probably topped out at 27 miles per hour. It showed 28 on my speed app, but there was some good resistance as I was pedaling, where with the Hanevear, there was no resistance in the pedals. It was doing 100% of the work. So the Hanevear is just slightly faster. To show you why I think this bike kicks butt and why all of the brands should design their affordable dual motor bikes like this, I've got to pack it up and take them to the biggest hill I know. I'm going to start here with no momentum. The first bike here is the winner. I'm out of breath. I measured this and it's close to 20% and about a block long. Oh yeah, easy. And that's why I love that bike. You have got a ton of power for climbing. The coolest thing about this bike is that for $100 more, you have a faster speed, a more powerful takeoff, and way better hill climbing than one of the most popular bikes in the US. And you have the same quality gear, if not a little bit better. So apparently adding the second motor doesn't cost a lot of money. Let me show you what I mean. Both have hydraulic brakes. They both have a 48-volt battery. Lectric is a 14 amp hour, and they say it can take you up to 65 miles. The Hanevear is a little bit larger at 16 amp hours, but has a lower range rating at 50 miles. And I thought that range difference was because of the weight difference between the bikes. Lectric just looks a lot smaller than Hanevear, but that is deceiving. The Lectric 3.0 weighs 64 pounds, and the Hanevear H100 only weighs 68 pounds. Now, as far as ride and feel, shoot, I could be on the Lectric for all I know. It just sounds strong and sturdy, and it just feels good. Oh, that's too far. And speaking of feeling good, look at this saddle. This just cradles your tushies so well. It looks hideous and dorky, but oh, I like it. And you got full suspension. A bike this powerful for this price with full suspension. That's just awesome. And not to diss on Lectric too much because I really like the 3.0, but that bike only has front fork suspension. I want to talk about what's in the cockpits because everything along the handlebars feels pretty good. Well, everything except for the headlight switch. That is pretty janky feeling. But you got nice feeling grips, you have turn signals, and a horn. Just gave you guys a little toot. I like the control pad, very simplistic, up, down, got two buttons on the side and one on the bottom. And there are some things you can change in the advanced settings, like the top speed and acceleration power. And speaking of power, there is a motor cutoff switch. So if you want to turn off the front motor, just hit that button. That'll also extend your range. On the right side, you got a Shimano 7-speed shifter, and then a half twist throttle. You've also got a cool looking headlight. I like the big, huge size of that. I like the aluminum fenders. They're not those plastic cheapy kind that I see on a lot of bikes in this price range, and they match the paint job. There's a rear rack that can hold 50 pounds. It is just bolted onto the frame. You got a turny derailleur, CST BFT 20x4-inch tires, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but you can lock out the suspension. The only thing I didn't like as far as look and design are the welding scars. Okay guys, to really appreciate this bike and what it has to offer for $1,300, you got to check out a few other videos that I've done on dual motor bikes, which I'll have posted somewhere up there. So hopefully you enjoyed the review. I appreciate you guys hopping on here and checking out my content, and take care.